Let's find out what books I have ordered myself. Make sure I'm on here. Let me make this bigger because I'm sure I'm filming. Oh, yep, I'm live. Yeah, you can hear me. Okay. Okay. You can hear me. Let me fix my screen. We're going to be talking about books I got in from the library. Okay. Let's switch it like I like it. Okay. This is how I adjust myself. Let me fix my screen. We're going to be talking about books I got in from the library. Yes, that's how I want it. Let me turn that down. Okay. I just have to trust I'm live on YouTube because I haven't figured out how to make sure. Okay, so as I was talking about in my Instagram, get ready with me. I put on a little makeup. I got some books in from the library, being a big reader that I am. So I don't remember what I got. I follow these on YouTube. I follow some YouTubers on BookTube, and they're always talking about how good the books are, how they're 5 stars. Put it all the way down. Okay, so how they're 5-star books. So I went in and I put in a little request for several of the books that they selected. And while I was there, of course, I had some other ones that I had my mind on too. So I picked those books, but I don't know what I ordered. Let's see. It's this one. 50 Shades of Grey. A little erotic book here. I have never read this book. And I saw it there and I was like, you know what? Time for me to read this book. I remember when I first went to see this movie, I'd never heard of this book. A coworker asked me to go to the movies, he said, let's go to the movies on the weekend. So I was like, cool, let's go to the movies. He said, let's see 50 Shades of Grey. Well, I had seen, Beyonce was leading, she had the music for that. And they showed little clips of it, but didn't really, I think it was still in school too. Am I still in school? I wasn't paying attention to the commercials. When I got to the movie theater and then it started getting into what the movie's about, I was like, what is this thing you brought me in to see? And then it was like, okay, might can get down on that. So anyway, that's 50 Shades of Grey. Oh yes, my personality. So let's see what other book I have. Oh, it's not going to be something else embarrassing like that. Oh, okay. So this book is called A Broken Blade. Let's see. I don't remember what this is about. My body is made of scars. Some were done to me, but most I did to myself. Kira is a killer. As the king's blade, she is the most talented spy in the kingdom and the king's favorite assassin. Yeah, this is one of those books, so they said with 5 stars. When a mysterious figure moves out against the crown, Kira is called upon to hunt down the so-called shadow. She tracks her target into the magical lands of the Fae. So this is about fairies. But Feyland is not what it seems, and neither is the shadow. Why is this music still going? Hold on. Thank you very much for the music, but we don't need any more music. Even though that music was good for 50 Shades of Grey. But we don't need it for this here. Well, it's kind of like spooky. It's kind of... All right, so she tracks her target into the magical lands of the Fae, But Feyland is not what it seems, and neither is the shadow. Kira is shocked by what she learns, and she can't help but wonder who her enemy truly is: the king that destroyed her people, or the shadow that threatens the peace. What's in my eye? As she searches for answers, Kira is hunted by a promise she made long ago, one that will test her in every way. To keep her word, Kira must not only save herself, but an entire kingdom. So this sounded absolutely like it would completely engross all of my brain cells and put me in this land. You know, I love Star Wars and science fiction and mystery and just all the Star Trek and all the things. I've not really delved into, even though I have a court of House and Thrones or something like that. I do have a book that's very popular, Aktar. Those Aktar books. I have one of them, or may have two now, but I haven't read it yet. And fairies are something I'm not at all familiar with. So typically I read self help, subconscious mind, the nervous system, memory, personal development. I don't necessarily get into fantasy unless it's a romance. So I would read something like The 50 Shades of Grey, you know, but I wouldn't necessarily pick up something like this, especially like with my background being very traditional Christian. I didn't even want to let my kids watch the Lord of the Rings. Then I ended up watching it. Now it's one of my favorite movies. It's just phenomenal. So I just stopped judging people and judging things. And I allow myself to have an open mind and see things differently. So I am going to enjoy reading this. This got 5 stars. So I am looking forward to reading that. Oh, so let me tell you about another book I got. This one came in a couple of days ago, and this is a true story. And it's about a woman who scammed the federal banking system. It was on one of the Black History shelves when you log into the libraries now. Because of it being Black History Month, they showcase books that are top reads. And so this one is about a woman named Tiffany Smith. And it says that it's a riveting true story of a woman who creates an outrageously clever white collar scheme that scams the federal banking system out of millions, and who eventually loses everything that is most important to her. She was able to acquire phone numbers for Michael Jackson and other celebrities, and takes you from the time when they say she's a precocious young girl to a computer savvy whiz, and how it starts out innocently and then it ends up with the FBI hot on her trail. So I thought, wow, that really does sound really interesting. Never saw me coming. So that is another book that I'm reading. And then let's see here. I have a friend that just wrote a book. I'm going to pre-order his book, and I'll be showcasing that one too. That has to do with, as more along the lines what I usually read, what has to do with mindset or your thinking, which sounds really good. He is Mr. Kevin. All right, so 50 Shades of Grey. Now, to be honest with you, I watched the movies, but I understand the movies really didn't do it justice. And I've always intended to read this book. So I just decided, why not? Since I'm reading stuff I don't never read anyway, let's try some new stuff. So it says, when literature student Anastasia Steele goes to interview young entrepreneur Christian Grey, she encounters a man who is beautiful, brilliant, and intimidating. The unworldly innocent Anna is startled to realize she wants this man, and despite her enigmatic reserve, finds she is desperate to get close to him. Unable to resist Anna's quiet beauty, wit, and independent spirit, Gray admits he wants her too, but on his own terms. So it has to do with being dominated. Okay, so I really don't like that part. That's not happening. But I'm not Anna, so I can use my imagination to see something play out in her life. It's a sensual erotic book, supposedly, from what I understand. I'm not a prude, so I'll check it out, you know? So those are the books that I'm reading right now. I just wanted to open those up. I got them in the mail and I was like, darn it. I got them yesterday and I was like, I want to open these up. I want to know what's in here. But I thought, oh, this will be a fun video to surprise my own self on camera with what books I ordered. I've got some other really good top reads coming in. So maybe I'll do a video on that. Who knows? But anyway, let me know what you're reading this month for the rest of this month and why you chose that book. And eventually, I've got to get my BookTube newbie video done, as I want to do a little bit of BookTube myself. All right. Well, I am going to shut it down here and gonna get ready to sign off. Let me get back to the control room. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, give me a book emoji in the comments. All right. Have a great day.